Hello, and welcome to Imming Plays Honkai Star Rail. Again, I am gonna be your host for the day, Mooney, and today we're gonna go through the new patch content of Honkai Star Rail. I'm starting my game right here, and yeah, new patch dropped, and I'm really keen to see what it has to offer, right? So, to start things off, we are in a new patch once again, which means new storyline, which also means you get a bunch of free pulls, which is really nice to see. We also have a new character that's been released. This character, Hyacine, a Wind Remembrance character. So before we jump into the story, let's try her out a little bit. I've already tried out the trial, as you can see, but I just want to show you guys what this character is all about. So, this is Hyacine. Some people are calling her five-star Barbara. They're calling her similar stuff like that. And she seems to be a remembrance character, which means she's all about summoning an entity. And she also seems to be about healing, right? So let's just kick the battle off and we'll see what that's about. Okay. So her little summon is called Little Ika, and it's this little unicorn guy that the internet has fallen absolutely in love with, at least the portion of the internet that plays this game. And he's a cutie. So let's see what it's all about.
Let's try it this other
Okay, so let's have you summon Mem. All right, so now it's her turn. Aw, that is actually very cute. So what I'm told is that little Ika does more damage the more you heal. And in case y'all didn't know, this is a popular character Castoris, who is known for several things. She's the character that came up for the anniversary patch, and she also has this big dragon. And another thing that she's known for is that she's a type of character who steals HP from your entire party to fuel her abilities. I mean, it looks like we've taken a significant amount of damage, so let's heal with Hyacine's ult and see where that takes us. And you might be wondering, how am I able to pause the game like that? It's because I'm playing on the controller, and I'm on PC. So one of the things you can do is when you press L2 or the left trigger if you're using an Xbox controller, you can kind of pause the game for a little bit, and this is very useful for strategic situations. But anyway, before we get all technical about it, take a look at that little guy over there. Isn't he just the cutest? Oh my god, he's adorable. That's so cute. Okay, cool. Okay. Madam Ruanmei, let's have you do your ult now. Ruanmei is an amazing support, by the way. I really love her. But before that, I gotta make sure that my volume and stuff are working right. Okay, mic's okay, all good.
I'm not in a hurry.
And the little sprite is responding well too. Well done, Mika. Alright, so back to where we were. What are we gonna do? Okay, let's attack this guy.
Trust me. We can do anything.
Her skill also heals everyone. Yeesh, this guy is actually smacking pretty hard. I have actual DPS characters that hit less hard than this guy. Let's. Oh, so the more you heal, the more damage you do. Okay, that's pretty cool actually.
suppose.
Nice.
Enjoying yourself.
You just don't learn.
Okay, let's just heal everybody.
Lay this faint.
I don't really need this, but I'm hoping not to spend the dragon's attack on this guy with so little less HP. Let's go.
Future is great.
Alright, now we can maybe let's farm some skill points for now. Let's go. Very nice. Mem summons up Castoris. We take a little chunk of everybody's HP. Hey yo! I didn't get to do my big move. Dang. Yeah, I need to learn a little bit more about how Castoris works.
This is being in sync.
Let's give everybody a good old heal.
Dispel the gloom. Restore the sky. I shall remember this moment.
Oh yes.
Embrace a new
And then that was a dragon.
stay away.
You know, even though I'm just doing a little battle right now, I have been really looking forward to this story patch for some time.
All will be swept away by the wind.
I'll talk a little bit more about it once we're done with the battle and we get into the game, into the story proper.
Breaks over.
Go, little Ika.
Trust me. We can do anything.
Darkness with me.
Didn't even get to go all out with the dragon. It's all good. Alright. So, as I was saying, I have been really looking forward to the story mission this time around. And let's read the story recap. Maybe we can kinda
Following
delve
the
into why.
advice of the Chrysos heirs,
Oh,
I embarked on the trial of time.
we got voices now.
To learn that I had been dead since the moment I stepped onto
Yeah, the
this
last time
earth.
we discovered that our main character died the moment we got onto this
Reclaim the
planet.
future that had been stolen from me. We pushed onward in pursuit of the Death Titan.
We looked for the Death Titan to find a way for Bro to get out of his predicament.
Anaxa, one of the 7 sages of the Grove of Epiphany, broke free from the surveillance of the Golden Threads and actively sought refuge from the Council of Elders. After winning the Council's trust, he ascended Dawncloud with Circes the Reason Titan, who resided within him, and sought an audience with Kefali, the World-bearing Titan. To obtain information about the entrance to the Nether Realm, Castoris had no choice but to support the Council of Elders in proposing a pause in the flame-chased journey. With the aid of the demigod, Cypher, she set out for the ancient city of the dead dragon, Styxia. Castoris successfully recreated the dead dragon Pollux via alchemy and used its power to return to the Nether Realm, where she faced Thanatos, the Death Titan. She returned both the Titan's core flame and the stolen future, restoring the cycle of life and death in Amphorius. Anaxa's soul met Castoris in the Nether Realm, where he proved his hypothesis regarding creation. At the Citizens' Assembly, he cast a pivotal vote and used the charge of blasphemy to thwart the Council of Elders' schemes for power, allowing the flame-chased journey to continue.
Yeah, this was amazing. Last patch after we went with Castoris to this town to figure out like where the Death Titan is, and we did that, Anaxa essentially figured out that the Titans of this world are essentially just people who are in the next cycle becoming Titans, right? Like they're not quote unquote real gods. Like not unlike the Aeons perhaps. And Anaxa wanted to break out of this cycle. He wanted to prove that it wasn't real, But he also did not want to support this group of people who basically wanted to just ignore the real problems that were going on and just, how do you say, make a false promise and create a deathless world where they thought that people could just thrive or whatever. But nah, it was a very magnificent scene. Let's put it that way. It was very cool.
After returning Cersei's core flame, Anax's physical body completely disappeared. With this, the flame chase journey neared its conclusion, and all eyes turned skyward.
Skyward, because there's a titan of the sky that they need to get a core flame from, but Bro is hiding out in the sky.
Grateful for all.
I've also heard something, a rumor, that some voice actors have been replaced. So, let's see. Who's the voice actor? It doesn't say anymore. Is it just for this character? Surely not. Um. See? It says there VA Damon Mills. And for this character, it should say Camden Sutkovsky. There it is. And for her, Allegra Clark, Stephen Fu, Andrew Russell. So whatever happened to the Trailblazer? It's very odd. Okay, we'll dig into that a bit later, but in case you guys didn't know, there was this kind of voice actor strike going on with this game and some other HoYoverse games. It's a whole thing, and I don't really have time to get into it right now, but yeah, it's quite dramatic. But anyway, for now, let's see what we can dig up with the story mode. By the way, I ended up pulling for Anaxa. I was already gonna do it because I love eye patch characters and I also love gun characters, and he is that. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? Okay, anyway. So let's see what the story has to offer this time. Thanatos and Cersei's core flames have returned. Sometime after that, the 12 constellations above, overlooking the vortex of Genesis. They embody the 12 Emphorian deities, fate, foundation, creations, and calamity of this world. Now 10 among them have fallen, their core flames return to the origin of Genesis. Above you, constellations shimmer, their brilliance echoing the faint slumber of each titan. Now something to keep in mind, right? Like initially we thought that this Flame Chase journey was gonna be what the story was about, but like we're in patch, I believe that is 3.2? And we're already almost done with the Flame Chase journey. I think this story is a lot bigger than the Flame Chase. Or whatever is going on in Emphorius, to speak in non-lingo terms. And you have experienced 4 ascensions and 4 partings. Who the heck is calling me right now? Oh, it's Cypher. Okay, what do you want? She's so cunning. Okay, fine. Let's go to Styxia.
Oh, Styxia's moonlight is so beautiful, and the River of Souls is so quiet. It's like everything that happened was just a dream. I wonder if Cass is doing okay on the other side. If I write a letter and put it in a drift bottle, will she be able to read it? No. No, this shouldn't be so depressing. Now's not the time to feel down. We gotta pull ourselves together. By the way, it was Miss Cypher who asked us to come here. But where has she gone? Huh? Yes, and this aura feels so familiar.
Oh my god, it better not be the Flame Reaver, alright? So there's been this guy called the Flame Reaver who's just been messing with us, right? Okay, so just to kind of... There's a lot going on in Amphorius, but let me just take one step back and try to explain a little bit of it. So essentially, one thing that's been really puzzling me is the idea that here is a universe with aeons and path striders and stuff, and Amphorius seems to be like completely disconnected from all of this. It seems to be having its own thing going on. It seems to be like very much having their own gods, their own instances going on and all. So it's honestly quite mysterious. What is this place? Who are these people? Why don't they know about Aeons? Why can we understand their language? How do they have mobile phones and other kinds of technology when they're living in like an ancient Greek-esque civilization? And last patch, when Herta tried to enter this planet, she was warned not to because apparently this is a prison for some kind of
Careful.
destruction
Careful.
character who is very powerful.
It's a piece of black
Oh,
cloth.
brother.
Now, where have I seen this before?
It's the Flame Reaver, girl. Yeah.
What? How could they be here? Mummy! Look out!
Uh-oh.
Wait! We both know what this thing can do. Let's try our best to deal with them for now, and we'll slip into the past with time's power as soon as we can.
He's talking? I mean, I know he can talk, but why isn't he fighting? Yeah, nah, this isn't that guy.
What? Meow? I don't understand this. Sorry.
So she can transform into others.
To give you two a good scare. Don't run! I'm the real Cypher. The real one. Come on, don't be upset. I'm just giving you a kind reminder that Amphorius isn't safe at all. The whole place is full of dangers, including that Swordmaster. Make sure you stay on your toes, no matter where you are. just making it up to you. So, was that a Flame Reaver disguise? Disguise? No, no, no. It's not as simple as that. Huh. For example, what did you think when you realized that piece? We thought that maybe the Flame... That's right. And then you heard some footsteps. Well, we thought it must be the Flame Reaver coming this way. Yep, exactly. I just used some hints and, lies are what Zagreus is best at. If everyone believes in a lie, then it becomes reality. Power to make lies into reality? That's got all my hair standing up. You think I might be lying? No need. The seamstress trusts you for a reason. Someone as honest as you couldn't trick me even if you wanted to. So, there's no harm in telling you. Besides, we still need to team up to go treasure hunting, right? Let's wrap up here. It's time to get going. Oh, was that your teleslate?
Teleslate is what they call mobile phones. No, it's fine on. Okay, what do you want?
Aren't you a popular one? But I got to you first. Live handsomely. You mean spend all this money? Don't forget, I'm a demigod too. And there's a line reserved for me in that stupid prophecy as well. You shall walk with greed and die over petty change.
Oh yeah, she has a
But
death
I don't
prophecy
believe in
about
that.
her.
As long as I keep collecting treasures, then I won't need to care about petty change. And as long as I don't hurt other people when I get what I want, I won't be walking with greed. So, as long as I keep going down this path, all those predestined prophecies and fates will never catch up to me. That was a long speech. I'm getting thirsty at this rate. The treasures of Styxia aren't gonna float up on their own.
So she's basically doing all of this to avoid her fate. That's a very Greek type storyline.
So, this is the car of the Astral Express you've spoken of. My repository of memories has been enriched with another fascinating piece of information. Thank you for leading me here, Lord Donham. Achaemen's hold wisdom and knowledge in high esteem. If the citizens knew of your origins,
This is another thing, right? Why is the discussions of world beyond the sky a taboo?
discussions about
Is it because they don't want people to go up there?
sky remain.
That doesn't sound like good guy behavior.
It's been quite some time since you first arrived in Achaemen. Presumably, you've been looking for a way to leave ever since. Don't be too hard on yourself, my lord. This puzzle has stumped Amphorius' scholars for centuries. It isn't something you can solve overnight. Even someone as gifted as yourself.
Damn, is he laying it on thick.
Exactly. Of the 12 titans of Amphorius, Aquila is known for being the most capricious. The weather itself reflects their mood. Tranquil sunshine, mournful rain. Aquila's breath is a brisk wind, and her cries resound as thunder in a storm.
Yeah, one of the two remaining.
The sky
I'm
above
gonna assume that the other one is Zagreus, right? The one that Cypher
It's
has.
clear that Lady Aglaya's decision to confront Aquila at the end of the flame chase journey was a carefully considered strategy. Anti-Catherians have no home to return to, so I understand your concern for your old friends and homeland. I used anti-Catherian technology, or scanning, as you might call it, to assess this car. Assuming my judgment is correct, I might be able to conduct a thorough overhaul of its power systems.
This guy Lygus cannot be trusted, alright? I mean, I'm not saying he's a bad guy, but like, he knows about what's beyond Emphorius, what's out there. He knows about Aeons. He spoke with Herta last patch. This guy is aligned with the path of erudition. And he looks like he's, you know, he looks like that. I'm pretty sure that there's something really sketchy going on with him. Of course he has. He's some kind of weird genius.
Not exactly, but we
Uh-huh.
Catherians are inherently sensitive to machinery. Carefully endowed our kind with a unique advantage for analyzing.
Nice lie, bro.
If you give me some time, I might be able to fully restore this damaged car to its former glory. Then you and your esteemed companion could set off on your return journey sooner. Hypothetically, Lord Donham, if I could open up a path out of Emphorius that circumvents Aquila's divine punishment, would you consider ceasing your support for the Flame Chase journey?
Okay, see, now you are even more suspicious. Hypothetically, like, as of last patch, we know that you can come in and out. We know that there's more to you than meets the eye.
All you need to know is, I can make it happen.
Uh-huh. You're right, Dunhang. It is his personal wish. This guy wants Emphorius to be undisturbed, and we are disturbing it.
If you and your companion are unwilling to halt your support for the Chrysos heirs, it could offend certain interests.
That's the database guy for you. The first thing he does is just read the lore, and that's how we figured out that there was something off.
Prudence impresses me. Just
Okay,
as
okay.
expected.
Quit it with the compliments. Who are you? What are you doing? What's going on here? What is all this about, eh? Are you some kind of black ops guy?
Please don't misunderstand, Lord Donham. As the Theoros, I have no allegiance to their plans, nor am I obliged to obstruct them.
Who the heck are these mask-wearing guys then? Are they from the council? Like, what is this?
Out of respect for you, I hope to offer a peaceful solution to ensure the safety of you and your companion.
That's right, Dunhang. You go dragon mode and just go sicko mode on them.
I will not. As I said, I remain
Yeah, you
neutral.
better be neutral.
Are you
This
asking
is
this
fake
because
neutral,
you
because
want
bro has an
to
agenda.
refuse my offer and continue supporting the Chrysos heirs?
That's right, Dunhung. Tell him like it is.
So I see. This is what you call trailblazing.
I mean, that's part of it. Help your homies out, and your homies will help you. Go, go bananas, Dunhung. These are like some no-name NPCs. You can definitely clap them easily. What in the heck?
You have such overwhelming power, so why? Answer me. Why do you stand in our way? Why do you want to take the core flames?
Oh no! He can't hold on anymore. Drag him back here, friend. Are you okay?
I'm okay. Thanks for worrying, buddy. Thanks for the help. To face Aquila and other potential threats, I must...
Even so, it's impressive you thought of this training method. Battling the phantoms of the past in the River of Time? It's just like the hyperbolic time sanctum that the Bible
Ha!
describes.
That's a Dragon Ball reference. Hyperbolic time chamber.
Working pretty well, wouldn't you say? But combat isn't just about strength and skill. You also need the right weapon. Compared to that guy's weapon, mine feels like I'm swinging a lump of iron. I can't tell you how many...
Listen,
swords
so
I've
there's
gone
this
through
theory
since I
that
trained
Finon
again.
is the Flame Reaver.
Don't worry. I've already arranged that. Of course I need him.
Specifically that
I
the
asked
Flame
him to
Reaver
make
might
a
be a
suitable
future
divine
version of
weapon for
Finon.
me. It's a little embarrassing to say this, but in order to help me, he deliberately...
Oh, Cartonis is part of this flame chase journey after all. Full of energy.
Thinking about how he's been recently, maybe you're right.
But, Finon, lately, you seem more and more fixated on that Swordmaster in black.
That's quite the sudden shift in topic.
But she's right though. Spill.
Question it for a long time.
Same.
You're getting stronger, but seeds of unrest are also growing in me.
Big same.
Don't worry. I'm not wielding my sword for revenge. He's been through Nikador's trial and understands. Those who can't walk out of the shadows of their past are ultimately weak.
I am so worried about you, bro. I feel like you are on your way to become a villain.
Is both precious and fragile. I wield my sword for the future of Amphorius. I will not let hatred cloud my judgment again and neglect my duties. You're right, partner. As of now, I'm not able to handle that Swordmaster.
See,
on my own.
that just makes me think you want to handle him alone, and I ain't about that, bro. Don't do it.
Every time I say something, things get so serious. I don't want to be the person who keeps bringing the mood down.
You seriously worry me, Finon. I feel like this is a villain arc that I'm seeing for you. And not even like you become evil, but more like you need more power to do what you think is good. Like the Virgil path. Not that, you know, he's a hero that fell, but still.
Today, I'm definitely going to... Oh, great idea! However, that would mean no...
That's the charm of this place. You can find whatever you're into here. The three of us might not be into scholarly books, but we could still spend an entire day at the Library of Philia.
Okay, let's see what else is going on here. Whoops, am I going the wrong way? My bad. Or am I? I mean, wait. Okay, okay. So first you go here. Then you go down here. I really love these little pig guys. The fact that like they can make you faster is very helpful. Okay, we got nice. March 7th is character in this game is currently sick, so we're taking photos to take back to her to show her. And I think that March has a really strong connection to this world, which is why she's having this adverse reaction. Hello, it's a bunch of enemies.
Still in denial? I shall be the judge. Allow me to purge the root of the problem. Yeah.
To the soul. Look, with this divine power, I reforge all things. This mortal watch over you and guide you on your path. Something out of nothing. Insanity.
Very cool.
To the soul. Look, with this divine power, I reforge all things.
Recount. Immerse yourself in it by the will of the Ten Lords' decree, hereby ordained.
Something out of nothing. Insanity. To the soul.
I love using an Axa. A lot of the
An undisputed victory.
DPSs that I rolled for Once Upon a Time were hunt characters. So having a proper erudition character who is an AoE specialist just slaps you guys. I love it. I'm not letting go of my love for hunt characters, but like this erudition character is life changing for me.
May the foul stench be of your body and mine.
What's the matter? Insanity. Look, with this divine power, I reforge all things.
Seek and you shall receive, and doubt farewell.
To the soul.
Whee!
Insanity.
Allow me to purge the root of the problem. Yeah.
I'm just a frail scholar. To the soul. Look, with this divine power, I reforge all things.
Serenity is before me.
Something out of nothing. Insanity. To the soul. Insanity. Look, with this divine power, I reforge all things.
Will overcome the thorns. And doubt farewell.
This moment.
Watch over you, and guide you on your path.
Alright, let's see how buffed bro is. 6.1% crit rate and 361 crit damage. Not bad.
To the soul.
I'm not done fully building an Axa, but I'm making pretty decent progress, so it's nice.
Recount. May the foul stench dissipate quickly. Time to cleanse the filth.
Look, with this divine power, I reforge all things. Insanity. To the soul.
Seek and you shall receive. Serenity is before me.
What's the matter? Insanity. To the soul.
Alright, let's give everybody an extra weakness.
I reforge all things.
Still in denial?
Which ones, you ask? Everyone.
The Ten Lords' decree, hereby ordained. Immerse yourself in it. Yeah.
I'm just a friend. Insanity. An undisputed victory.
Interesting. That guy was right next to me and we didn't trigger a battle with him.
I shall be the judge. Be of your body and mind.
What's the matter? To the soul. Look, with this
Let's
divine
have you
power,
out.
I reforge all things.
Doubt farewell.
And we give you this.
Something have not insanity. To the soul. An undisputed victory. Watch this magic trick.
Nice.
Recount. Allow me to purge the root of the problem. Time to cleanse the filth.
Insanity.
Serenity is before me.
I'm just a frail scholar. To the soul.
Give it up. May the foul stench dissipate.
What's the matter? Insanity. To the soul. Look, with this divine power, I reforge all things.
Give it
Very
up.
nice. Okay. We'll give this to you and then we will ult.
The Ten Lords' decree, hereby
By the way,
ordained.
this is Hanya.
Something have not.
I really like her. I think she's just the cutest. And I've never really had a place to put her, but I've decided to use her with this Anaxa team and see where that takes me.
Recount.
So far so good, you know, and she's a great character.
Insanity. Look, with this divine power, I reforge all things.
He just has a very specific kit that's about like boosting speed and
Farewell.
the attack of characters, and she also gives back skill points, which I think is pretty cool.
I'm just a friend. To the soul.
Nice. Battle over. You might be wondering, I could have just sneaked past those guys. Why did I go fight them? And the answer to that is for the love of the game. I just really like fighting. All of these puzzles, if you can even call them that, have previously been resolved by me, so we're basically moving around areas that we've already been.
I shall be the judge. Allow me to purge the root of time to cleanse the filth.
Look, with this divine power, I reforge all things. Insanity. To the
Full up attack.
Seek and you shall receive. Serenity is before me.
insanity.
should relax too.
Oh, hey, there's a little bug on this wheel, so let's capture that. Hmm. That means waiting for a little bit. Come on, bug. Ah, here we go, here we go. So it doesn't stop until I call it. I'll find the bug later. I'm not interested in too many side quests right now. Hmm. I'm not sure what to do. Hmm. You know what? I just gotta teleport nearby. I mean, I've already explored this area. I don't need to be solving no puzzles.
I wonder what Finan and Mem are reading. Let's take a closer look.
I too actually wonder what Finon and Mem are reading, right? Because, okay, Finon, my guess, some kinda, like, combat related thing, possibly even related to the Flame Reaver, because that's his new obsession. But Mem, what could Mem be reading? Maybe history?
Month of cultivation, curtain fall hour. Oh, but then again, are there even any spots left? Ah, you scared me! Bursting into someone. Well, no more jokes. There's nothing.
So she's just looking
Exotic
around.
Mem. What are they flipping through?
Okay, dude, we gotta check it out, okay? Now I want to see what Finon is looking at. There is a kind of heartbeat-like sound in the background. Are you guys hearing that? Huh. Strange.
I thought I felt a draft just now. Peeking isn't polite, my friend. You could have just asked. There's nothing embarrassing about it. Here, look, I'm reading this. Antiques Appraisal. How to make a fortune.
Antiques appraisal. I didn't. I couldn't have predicted that.
After all this, I've spent a lot of time pondering how Aglaia became such an effective leader. Beyond that's the perk of growing up in a big city, isn't it? For those of us in the sticks. Oops, I talk too much. As a leader, you need both integrity and integrity and skill.
Oh, these cards are ruler, weaver, traveler, healer. But the interpretation for each card is so... But you must be busy, so I won't bother you for now.
So suspicious. Not like their usual self.
You sure are persistent. All right,
What are you guys chatting about?
Why are you here?
Sorry, never thought Mem would be into divination. But it's not exactly a niche hobby. So why all the secrecy?
I wanted to set up a surprise. Master it in secret and give you all a shock. But getting caught halfway through, it's only natural I'd feel shy. A girl's heart is more delicate than Aquila's ever-changing moods.
A surprise, huh? Someone else used to tell me the same. She was really good at stargazing and divination, especially with cards. Yeah, just like the ones you're looking at.
That's crazy. You can't just tell me that. Okay, so for those who don't know, Finon has a character in his backstory called Cyrene, or Cyrene, depending on how you pronounce it. And this character, pink-haired anime girl, like our very own March 7th, right? And for some reason, when March is near Emphorius, she suddenly becomes sick, and now she can't conveniently go see this guy, the guy who might recognize her on sight. I think there's something going on here, and I think that Mem is connected to it. Heck, I wouldn't be surprised if Mem is some part of Cyrene. Cyrene. I'm gonna call it Cyrene, okay? Anyway. Okay, you're really dropping them some hints, huh? Okay, okay.
You must be
Proceed.
pretty familiar with all sorts of divination techniques with a friend like that.
No, I know nothing about it. I've never really believed in using cards or bones to predict the future. If the good omens foretold by divination were true, my hometown, Hydes Elysii, wouldn't have disappeared. Don't forget, we've got Lady Trina. Every other form of divination is just smoke and mirrors or cleverly rehearsed tricks compared to her flawless prophecies.
To me,
I'm not a big believer of
divination
divination.
can be a power that guides our spirits. They always cast a shadow in front of us, clouding our view of the future. That's why people turn to divination.
It's just to find a small reason to give them. After all, the first chapter of the Divination Compendium discusses the significance of divination. I'm just expanding on that a bit.
Strange. That person I knew used to say similar things. Looking back, whenever she interpreted a card for me, I couldn't help but feel uneasy. Even though I never believed in the outcomes. Maybe it was her tone. Cyrene. She could paint
There it is.
fantasy so vividly. It utterly captivated me as a child.
Okay, I need to hear how he says it.
Maybe it was her tone. Cyrene.
Cyrene. Okay, I digress.
I still carry a card she once used. Do you want to see it?
Oh, wow! It's so exquisite! I'd love to have a card like that. Oh, now that you mention it, yes. It would be even better if it were made of, say, crystal.
Speaking of which, partner, there's something I haven't shared with you all. Remember our first trip to the Temple of the Three Fates? The riddle that Orin exposed to us?
Mm-hmm. Who goes there?
Who's there? You are...
Nice
These
cosplay.
folks are up to no good.
Black clothing. Masks decorated with golden blood. Are they cleaners?
To directly call us by our name, it seems you, Lord Finan, have studied the forgotten history of Amphorius quite thoroughly. Your friend seems quite interested in us. Perhaps you could... We can't let our esteemed guests pass away without understanding.
During the Chrysos War, to combat the Chrysos heirs, several cities formed an underground assassin squad called the Cleaners. Their task was to erase anyone with golden blood from existence. Assassination, poisoning, political persecution. They would do anything.
So
to
kind of
achieve
like
their
Black
objective.
Ops. Interesting.
Well, this historical perspective seems biased, glossing over the Chrysos heirs' abuse of divine powers and their blatant initiation of war in order to defame our predecessors. Could you disclose the name of the author behind this popular legend, Lord Finan? I'd hate for the innocent children of Akamar.
Ah, bro, you don't care about this stuff.
You should have stayed buried in the dust of history. The Citizens' Assembly has once again legitimized the mission of the Chrysos heirs. But as for you, not one citizen would cast their vote for you. Executioners lurking in the shadows.
Oh, looks like we've got spam
Long
in the
since
chat.
stopped expecting to be understood. People have become too accustomed to peace. And they've
Alright, I'll get rid of you.
the disasters that arose from allowing generations of the Chrysos heirs to rule.
Complete nonsense. Did you really travel all the way to the Grove just to have an argument?
I enjoy dealing with people as straightforward as you, Lord Finan. You've probably figured out why we've come before you.
Yeah, man, let's cut it with the talk.
They've come out of the shadows, which suggests they have some... Alright. Let's hear it. What are you hiding? But watch your language and don't say anything you might regret. My shoulders might be sore and my sword a tad dull, but it's still enough to slice off your tongues.
Ooh, I like this. I like the way Finance really going into it. Don't cut away.
How's it going, Cinny? This place fits, doesn't it? It's a bit small, but the lighting is perfect.
Thank you, Lady Treby. With this, the Twilight Courtyard can be reborn in Akuma.
Look, there's little
You'd
Ika.
like it here too, little Ika.
It's so bright here. Maybe you should rename it? How about Luminous Courtyard?
Lady Treby makes a good point. But Twilight Courtyard carries the long history of the descendants of the sky, and I'd like it to continue.
Right. How does the legend go again?
Even Lady Treby forgets things.
We just haven't prepared
Whoops.
lessons in a while now, so we're a bit rusty. Just give us some time and we'll remember. Now we remember.
I think Treby forgetting has something to do with Treby using their powers a lot and slowly like losing a bit of touch with themselves over time.
Down the Eye of Twilight, the divine war between Nikador and Aquila, which spanned centuries, came to an end. Thereafter, the Skyfolk gradually declined. Numerous sky fortresses were abandoned, and their descendants began to establish themselves on the land. Finally, those descended from Seliosi the Day Thunder Knight were welcomed by the scholars under Circes and established the Twilight Courtyard in the Grove. The historical records seem slightly at odds with our memories.
Huh? Really? Maybe because your world is fake.
Becomes somewhat hazy to us.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I forgot. For Lady Treby, history is more than just words on a page. It's something you've personally lived through. Little Ika loves listening to the stories from the legends. I'm sure you're also imagining one day you'll be as awe-inspiring as the winged beasts by Seliosi's side. That day will come. I believe it. Just keep growing.
She's so wholesome.
Lord Crediros?
By the way, this NPC I believe has a really nice design.
Lady Treby.
Very, very
Good to see
distinctive.
you're doing all right.
And we've shown up for a few patches now as well, so which is pretty cool.
Doing alright. What's going on, Crediros?
There's been another violent incident at the market. A shop was smashed and looted. It's the third time this week.
How can this be? I always thought that with Lady Aglaia here, Akuma would remain peaceful.
That was true in the past. But these days, forgive my
Aggie.
In my opinion, malevolent forces have noticed the slack in the gold.
The Citizens' Assembly just wrapped up.
The Chrysos heirs won by only one vote, Lady Treby. From my years of experience, a narrow victory often walks hand in hand with unrest.
Trouble! Miss Hyacinth! Trouble! Clementine. Take a breath. What's going on?
I like that name, Clementine.
Please, something terrible has happened at Marmorial Palace.
What is it, Doctor? Calm yourself and talk us through.
Lady Aglaia. It's Lady Aglaia who's in trouble.
Please tell me he hasn't fainted or something.
I still remember. This bath that overlooks the entire palace was built by the Council of Elders 900 years ago. Its purpose was to commemorate the first flame chase journey and to remember the heroes who made great sacrifices for Amphorius a millennium ago. Rules were set then. No one was allowed to enter, apart from guests invited by the Goldweaver. that, I guess. You're no longer pretending to follow the rules, are you, Lady Kindness?
Oh, so you are the one behind these black ops.
Aglaya, Aglaya. You ageless witch, hiding behind a divine facade to deceive mortals. We've been far too kind with you.
Kind? There's no need to use such a word to cover up your incompetence.
Aglaya not mincing words right now.
Alex humiliated all of you before the citizens. If you still had any shred of shame, you'd throw yourselves from Dawn Cloud at the curtainfall hour to salvage the last fragments of your dignity.
Demigod, why not gaze into the water's reflection and see the wretched face you wear now? These days you're not only blind, but also deaf. The cleaners were born for this moment. When all orders, rules, and laws fail to restrain you, it's time for the dagger to pass judgment.
If you're in such a hurry, give it a try.
Going toe-to-toe with a demigod? We're not that foolish.
You still are pretty foolish,
the
though.
dagger isn't at your throat, but...
Your gravest accusation is that my humanity is fading. And you claim my concern for mortal joys and sorrows is nothing but a facade. If that accusation holds, what makes you think the lives of these civilians will sway me in the slightest?
Threatening to kill your own civilians?
Fine. I'll gladly use a few more words to shatter that demigod facade of yours. Like I said, you're not only blind, but deaf too. Lately, your control over Akama has weakened. You failed to notice the thefts we arranged in the market, nor did you catch wind of the meetings happening in the Dromus workshop. Plots are unfolding right under your nose, yet you remain indifferent. Humanity? Fading? Aglaya, why not use your precious golden thread to peer into my thoughts? See if the gift we've so meticulously prepared for you can move that cold demigod heart of yours.
In this moment, I only regret not being more ruthless. Because your evil is beyond cure.
You finally figured it out. You have grown dull. I've been holding that image in my mind this whole time to make sure you could see it clearly.
I want you to have this knucklebone talisman, Big Sis. I hope it brings you luck every day and keeps you safe from bullies.
Yo, that was the first patch.
That girl who can't speak or hear. What if she accidentally lost her eyes too? You know better than anyone what it feels like to lose your sight. Imagine if 1,000 years ago you, already blind, had also lost your voice and hearing in your youth. Would you still have become the Aglaya you are today?
Oh my god.
Look at those broken, pleading eyes. How disappointing. We overestimated your cunning. If this plan fails, we still have dozens of splendid parting gifts prepared. Demigod, would you like to hear about them?
I thought I could buy some more time. In these 1,000 years, I've witnessed the fall of 10 titans. From my naive arrogance at the beginning to slowly learning how to guide others. Now, it's time to let go.
Girl,
I should be
no,
grateful.
don't do it.
Grateful that I've reached this moment. To let my departure become a path for others to follow. Have I done enough? If I embrace that prophecy now and sink into the warmth of these waters, will the wandering wind stop to mourn me, Cyphra?
Oh, I get to play as Cypher. Wow, we are really going places, aren't we?
Come as promised. Look at this box full of gold and silver treasures. I bet there's stuff here you've never seen. Come on. As we agreed, I want to buy the most valuable clothes you have.
Little thief! You've got some nerve, barging into my shop dressed in those tattered rags. What have you brought? Let me see.
Here, take a look. Only the finest goods. See the sapphire? It's even more blue than Fagusa's eyes.
Such exquisite luster.
Wait, you've seen one before.
It's just an old memory. My family estate all burned to ashes long ago. This workshop is what I built from scratch.
Wow, a daughter rebuilding her family business. How admirable. Enough with the jokes.
Mind your manners, Kitty. Tell me, Cyphra, where did you come from? And how did you acquire these treasures?
I won them fair and square in a bet. What? Do you doubt me? Speak up, seamstress. Give me a straight answer. Do you
So
want
they
this
have
or
a
not?
kind of close friendship as well. That's interesting.
Strange. You're clearly lying to my face, but my golden thread doesn't tremble at all.
That's because I'm not lying. I've been telling the truth from the start.
Is that so? The scars and the mud stains on your face tell another story.
Come on. Can't we just do business without all this chatter? Don't worry. I didn't leave any evidence, so no one will bother you.
How can I trust a word you say when you're so skilled at lying?
Dealing with you rich people is such a pain. Always wasting my time. Fine, if you don't want it. There are plenty of others who do.
Hold on. Your treasure? I'll accept it. But these alone aren't enough to purchase the Gold Weaver's finest clothes. That said, I do have something that would suit you perfectly.
Oh. What do you have in mind?
Look. Come a bit closer.
Oh, it's shimmering gold.
The wings on the shoes evokes Hermes, the messenger god of the ancient Greeks.
Though not as valuable as the most, legend has it that Zagreus blessed these boots, allowing anyone who wears them to move
So
swiftly and silently.
is her power from the boots? Surely not.
Then don't get caught again. A face as lovely as yours deserves better protection.
Cypher has like a super speed kind of power, so I wonder where that's I wonder if that's where they came from.
Love sticking your noses in everything, don't you? Well, I'm taking these now, so don't get any second thoughts.
What's wrong?
Do you have a smaller size?
Well, I suppose you'll have to grow into them.
not my story. Fake? What's fake?
Those most definitely don't hold Zagreus' divine power.
Oh.
Your Amphorius is most cunning liar, and even you were fooled by a Glyad.
Watch your mouth, or I'll feed you to the fish in the River of Souls. Weren't you curious how I got tangled up with that seamstress? Well, now you know. Satisfied?
I didn't expect such a simple story. How disappointing. But, boss lady, there's a chance Aglaia wasn't trying to trick you?
You're defending her.
No. I just think the story's so moving, it'd be a shame to ruin it with a lie. If I could cry, I'd be in tears right now.
Good thing you've still got a sharp tongue, or you'd have been stuck guarding someone's front door ages ago. Enough chit-chat. Let's take a look at this place. The city of Styxia. Look how beautiful she is. Let me take a good sniff of this air. This air, it's filled with the scent of treasure everywhere. Wonderful. Just wonderful. Thanks to Castorus and Grey Mystery, the ancient city's barrier was finally dispelled. Now that I think about it, helping them was well worth it. Time for treasure hunting, Barto! Lead the way, and whatever we find, we'll split 80-20.
Well, I have a suggestion.
Listen closely. Do you hear that? The gnawfish in the River of Souls are growling with hunger.
80-20 it is.
Anyway, what's with all this water? It's damp, cold, and miserable here. I hate it.
Ooh, the mighty demigod of trickery.
No, because she's a cat, right? Okay. I get it.
You wouldn't understand. The people of Dolos are talented in many ways. Just, not in swimming. Why don't we have a race? Long distance, sprint, or laps? Take your pick.
What's got you so worked up? Relax. Who would have thought the fearless Lady Cypher was afraid of water?
Cats hate getting wet. What's so hard to understand about that? Now, hurry up and figure out a way across. Or I might have to reconsider our split.
Don't rush me. Let me take a look around. Got it. Let's use that thing. Come on, follow me, boss lady.
Not a good imitation. I'll play along. Let's see where this goes, Bartolos.
So it's a fake one. Now that we are playing as Cypher... Oh, she's not available for play, okay.
Not a chance.
You're as sharp as ever.
Was this device designed by priests of
Don't underestimate me, boss. Mission accomplished.
Not bad, but just a warning.
Don't worry, trust me. For that sweet 20% cut.
This feels truly magical. When did you pick up this track?
I think this is actually really cool from a gameplay perspective. What is this? Okay.
We're here. Can we turn off this spotlight now? It's really blinding.
No problem. Just use the device over there to shut it off.
The scent of gold coins, gems, and fine leather. It's so refreshing. Yes, right here. What are you waiting?
Roger that.
that's a... Wow, wow. A massive hall. As expected for a realm of Fugusa's disciples. This entire chest is filled with ornaments made from Ocean's tears.
Thanks for the gift, boss. Much appreciated. Look at the clarity of this purple crystal. It nudges my skin to... Let me try this on.
How long have we known each other? I can't believe you...
How could I ever know? I'll believe it is true, and the lie becomes reality. What a convenient ability.
The demigod of trickery's divine gift. Far more practical than any golden thread or teleporter. Alright, enough fooling around.
So her ability is to turn people's beliefs into reality, or to make wrong beliefs real.
Starting navigation. Boss lady, we're set to make a fortune this time. Got any plans on how to spend it?
Of course, spend nothing.
Isn't that like... Once activated, this thing makes a racket that can be heard.
Hey, if you don't want the trickery to be exposed,
here we go round the river of souls.
there's a big guy guarding this place.
Yeah, big and dumb. Just a pure lump of stupidity.
Look at its face.
Yeah, so ugly. Ugly enough to make even me a little imp without a digestive system.
If that ugly brute messes up my face, even the stoic Talans...
That would be heartbreaking.
So, how about you take the front?
Right. Fleeing this sorrow. Huh?
The smell of sin. I shall be the judge.
Well, so close. Cool.
Time to cleanse the filth.
Let's just get some stacks. Heal, bro.
With this divine power, I reforge all things.
By the will of the Ten Lord, the Ten Lord's decree, hereby ordained.
This mortal. Watch over you. Guide you on your path.
Okay.
Insanity. To the soul.
I heard the call. I want to head down farewell.
Okay, so that's the buff that gives the crit rate and all. Ooh. His kit, very simple, but I do so love using it.
Taken down with just a couple of hits. How boring. Hey, the Bartolos.
Yeah.
Look at you, all shaken up. Should be safe here now.
Aye, boss lady Cypher.
It doesn't smell like anything valuable this time. Huh.
So this is a story about the city kind of falling apart. Okay. People in the city transforming into monsters. I guess this is a story of how the Black Tide hit
Probably
the
not.
city and its people.
I've never seen or heard of anyone from At least, I'm still left for Dolos. Guess this city wasn't so lucky. It does seem unfair, doesn't it? Just because they were born in the wrong place, they had to face such devastation. Meanwhile, those in Akama, simply because they're supported by the world-bearing Titan, continue to survive.
Yeah, the world just isn't fair, is it? Speaking of the world-bearing Titan, Cypher, didn't you tell me once you used to be an apprentice at Kephal's Bracelet?
That's interesting.
Huh. Did I?
Yeah, you definitely told me, and I remember it clearly.
Ah, right. I did tell you. It wasn't a big deal. I just snuck in with a bunch of mumbling Honestly, I was only interested in the wallets of the old grandpas on the council back then. Don't remember much else. It's been what? Nearly...
Oh, I see.
Who asked you to picture that? Besides, priest robes from 1,000 years ago were nothing like the ones today.
Right. I didn't think about that. I was just curious if you ever...
How ridiculous. Come on, let's head to the next spot.
This guy is very suspicious. Okay, what's next?
Where did this roadblock come from? Ugh, this is so annoying. The treasure...
Oh dear, we're stuck here. Should we call on that thing?
Never thought that.
I don't need that control.
Wait, we didn't need to walk this far. Why did I do this? Well, excuse me for trying to get involved, I guess. Alright, Bartolos, let's see what you can do. Yes.
Not bad. Hey, slow down. You know, that question.
Forgive me, boss lady.
Oh. Maybe you're right.
The heck?
I've been a little on edge lately.
This guy is like hardcore gaslighting. Like, what is going on?
Twinkle, twinkle in my chest, how this core flame is the best. This scent.
Incredible indeed.
Do I need to give instructions? Oh. Isn't this a golden scapegoat?
Oh, isn't there a myth about this thing? Those who feared fire became sheep.
Sheep, humans, whatever. All I know is unlocking this gets a
Puzzles and tricks are right up my alley.
I really like these little mini games. I think this is one of the most fun things they brought up with Emphorius. Okay, so this is easy as heck. I've faced way more tougher challenges than this, but I guess it's because it's the story one.
Nothing can stop me. Cypher, it's your turn now.
Stop! Stay there, and don't turn around.
Huh? What do you mean?
I told you, don't move.
My poor old back.
Shh, quiet. Don't say anything unnecessary. That seamstress. She's listening.
What? Boss, do you mean?
Stay put and keep quiet. I'll handle her. Whoa, whoa. Seamstress. Getting sneaky, aren't we? Did you think I wouldn't notice your little spies lurking around me?
As time passes, I find myself leaning more and more on blind luck. with only the power of this little nymph. Naturally, I couldn't slip past your sharp eyes, Cyphera.
Even if you could fully control Bartolos's mind, I would still be able to see through your disguise. Aglaya. You've gone to such lengths to spy on my every move. What exactly are you after? I've told you before, you don't need me to succeed. Why don't you just let this go? I already made an exception and got involved with Castorus and Grey Mystery. Asking for more now. Isn't that pushing your luck a bit too far?
I'm sorry, Cyphera. I've plotted and schemed my whole life. But I never could have predicted our relationship would end up like this. I've spent centuries trying to figure out where I went wrong. Replaying every moment over.
So they have something that happened between them.
You've never given me a chance to explain myself face to face.
Don't talk to me like that. You know I can't take it.
1,000 years ago, out of foolishness, I let my silence steal away the most beautiful sound I'd ever known.
I see wins.
So this time, I must say this to you, even if it's all in vain. I need you, Cyphera.
Aww.
The Chrysos Heirs mission needs you. The finale I've delayed for far too long. It's finally here. Whatever resentment you still hold against me will fade once I'm gone. Please, come back to Akama. I'm begging you. Without you, they don't stand a chance.
I'll think about it, seamstress. But stop watching me. Unless you want to lose me for good.
Don't worry. As much as I'd love to hear your voice again, to see your face, it seems that chance will never come. Goodbye, Cyphera.
Goodbye, Aglaya.
What the? Is she about to die, bro? What the heck?
Turns out, everything in that chest was soaked in water from the River of Souls. Nothing valuable left. Those relics were once priceless. But time has eroded away all that they once were.
Aww, hearing that from you makes it sound so sad. Wait, why am I getting all sentimental? I haven't even processed what just happened. That horrible woman. When did she... Oh!
If you see her, let her know this. As demigods, we can't avoid our duties forever.
Could it have been back then when...
Do you remember now? Looks like you don't need me to jog your memory. She must have... Don't underestimate that bug. It's every bit as dangerous as the seamstress's golden thread. Let your guard down for even a second, and it might take over.
Whoa, that's like some brainwashing monster straight out of the Black Tide. Creepy.
That connection, that association is kind of interesting.
Actually, it gave it some... We've been partners in crime for 1,000 years. We've talked about everything there is to talk about. Except... I absolutely wouldn't have shared that with anyone.
But, boss lady, there's a chance Aglaya wasn't trying to trick you?
And as far as I know, the embodiment of trickery despises that golden thread which forces people to speak the truth.
You'd never defend a Goliath. Isn't that right, Zagreus?
Terrifyingly sharp mind.
This is the Titan. This guy?
After all, I'm the only one in the world who knows you're still alive. To make sure you survive the Titan trial, I had to fool the entire world. If you want to keep that lie from falling apart, you'd better keep playing your part in the days ahead.
Even if it weren't for saving my worthless little life, I'd still walk through fire.
You may have been reduced to this form, but you still haven't lost your way with words.
So the Titan is still alive, meaning that core flame hasn't been collected? What?
Honestly, I've been thinking. Maybe a trip back now wouldn't be too bad.
You're back again, Cyphera. Your face.
I need clothes. Anything. Just throw me something. A piece of cloth will do. I will pay back the amount I owe.
You're bleeding golden blood.
Yes. What about it? So what if I'm one of those Chrysosairs they talk about? Those infinitely strong heroes. World-renowned swordsmen. Exceptionally intelligent.
So when you bleed
scholars.
golden blood, that's when you know you're a Chrysosair.
Oh, I'm sorry to disappoint. Who knew that group of amazing people would include me? Pauper. Thief.
Stop it, Cyphera. I'll give you clothes. Warm you up and stay here. Stay in my workshop until you're healed.
Aren't you going to ask me how I got... Right. What's the use?
I don't need to ask. Nor do I need to use the golden thread. I know everything you do is for survival. At all costs, stay here. You won't have to deal with the cold or go hungry again. Stay by my side, and you can start putting yourself back together.
Aren't you worried I'll ruin this place's reputation?
I wouldn't have invited you if I were worried about those things.
You're weird, seamstress. You know, they say a child who often lies remains a liar for life. I've tried not to become a liar, but honestly, it's just too hard. I'm close to giving up. What makes you think I won't disappoint you?
Because I can feel it. Not with the power of a demigod, but with the heart that beats in my chest. You love this place. That's why you keep coming by, but also why you hesitate to stay longer. You worry you'll tarnish the Gold Weaver name.
All this talk of tarnished gold reminds me of Elden Ring.
Nastiest divine authority. I became used to letting the golden thread distinguish sincerity from falsehood. However, the mission I need to complete requires me to learn to trust and rely on my heart. Cyphera, you're an honest thing I've given to this world. And also a challenge the world has given to me.
This gives me like parent-child relationship or sister relationship.
A beautiful face that deserves better than to be covered in scars and grime.
You've got a way of talking that's hard to follow. All right, let's make it a deal. You have 1 day to change your mind. Once the action hour passes, there's no turning back.
Alright, back to the main character again. What have we been up to? Oh yeah, we were attacked by Okama Anbu.
Pressure. Fear. but I know these stories are true. The kindness we know today, strictly speaking, is the 27th kindness.
Yo, that is an insane revelation. Are you telling me that these people plant their memories inside their successors and basically live on? That is wild. What?
Objectively, the rise of the cleaners was both inevitable and necessary. Yet their ruthless and twisted methods
Arguably necessary.
nothing but disdain and condemnation from history.
No surprise. Like, where is all this effort to fight the Flame Reaver, right? To actually, like, figure out what's going on with Emporius and why it's a cycle. Alright, they want to profit from the chaos and just kinda get power.
To ask the vested interests to abandon their status, wealth, and ambitions in this world for a distant ideal made it no easier than creating a miracle.
You're actually so right. That's something that's happening in the real world too, but you know, if you know, you know.
There you are, Lord Dan Heng. We couldn't reach you on the teleslate, so the Holy City Guard almost assumed you two had met some... You pests crawling in the shadows, back off. You played your hand. Run while you still can. It might be your only chance to survive.
That's what I'm talking about.
Stay away from Akama forever. If you set foot there again, the fury of its people will tear you apart. Because Aglaya is dead, and in the eyes of the Holy City citizens...
What? Oh my god.
Looks like she was wrong about you.
She? Are you talking about the master?
Well, she thought you were weak. She believed that even when you were facing the evil that you claimed to oppose.
Misinterpreting mercy for weakness shows how arrogant and foolish your master is. They're still alive. With proper care, they'll pull through in a few days. But I must warn you, I haven't fought a human in ages. I can't guarantee I'll always be able to hold back.
Oh, that's such a hard line.
Still alive. If you feel as lucky as they are, try me.
Finon is...
Get out of here. Don't show your face around us again. If your master wants to stop the Flame Chase journey, she'd better bring an army that makes Kremnos at its peak look like child's play.
Ooh.
I've said it more than once, Lord Finon. We're not here.
Then what are you here for? Like, what is the point? Just to stand around menacingly? I could do that.
Anywhere else.
Oh, so no one can help Aglaya. Okay.
You were unaware. We already accomplished our mission to buy time. So, Lord Finon, until next time.
Are you okay?
I'm fine. Anyone who uses innocent lives as bargaining chips has gone too far.
He's not just fine, he's fine on. What option to pick? Let me think. But they were after the Chrysosers. Do you think they have a chance? I'm gonna go with the first one. Neither of those are really what I'm thinking right now.
Opposition within the Council of Elders is still desperately fighting to obstruct the Flame Chase.
Y'all lost in a democratic election, and you're acting like, yo, we still have something to say. Like, shut up and sit down. Your time is done.
My teleslate. heard from more than one person. It doesn't... Stay calm. This could just be one of her schemes.
Look at Finon's face. He's really taking it hard. It's this kind of stuff that worries me, that he might be taking the path of villainy.
Stay on course. I'll contact Treeby and ask her to keep the citizens calm. We'll hurry back to Akima as fast as possible and assess the situation in the city. If we run into any enemies along the way, I won't be merciful this time.
Oh my god.
Cartonis?
Hmm?
You're forging a sword for Finan, aren't you? I haven't seen you wield the hammer in so long. I couldn't help but be entranced by the sight.
You, Aglaya, in this form you come to me. It means...
That's right. At this moment, my physical form is already shattered.
Oh my
My
god.
journey as a human in this world has...
Not like this, bro.
It's time to fulfill our pact.
Of course. The pact I haven't forgotten.
The thing I entrusted to you, do you still have it?
Far too plain this vessel is. Not worthy of you. Do you still insist?
I insist. Over the past 1,000 years, every piece of fabric I've worked with has been tainted by my cold divinity. It's made me hate their colors, texture, and scent. This ornament stands apart. It was a gift from a child. She was pure and kind. I often wished my childhood could have been like hers.
How to say goodbye to everyone? Have you already planned?
I'm afraid there's no such detailed plan this time. I deeply regret not being able to say farewell to them, one by one. The moment has come. My departure will give them one less thing to worry about. This parting gift should help ease the regret of such a sudden goodbye.
Invented for the Titans, Kremnos' soul-forging technology was. Though divinity it retains, filtered out, the remnants of humanity will be. Is that what you want?
You've confirmed this with me repeatedly. Yes, Cartonis. I need you to do this for me. Condense my divinity into this ornament. It might still be useful in the future to help them complete their mission.
What the?
Selfless until the end. Envy that child. There's no need to. Already lived a grand life your humanity has.
Your praise puts my heart at ease.
Okay, now I'm genuinely sad, dude.
Please, take me through the last tempering that fate has to offer.
Usually with these streams I like to play until the action dies down a little bit, but my goodness, finding a place to actually cut it off seems nigh impossible at this moment.
Locked up tight. And all the market stalls have closed down temporarily. I hope so. I just can't believe she'd be taken down by a handful of assassins. If this is all part of a larger plan, Treeby must know something. She just couldn't say it in the message. Let's go find her. powers are connected by origin and are made of the same essence.
Oh boy, okay, let's continue. Wait, is there one of those things? No speed boosts, okay. Memorial Palace.
Back before us. Don't worry, Lord Kratos. Were you in the city?
Regrettably, no one knows that eyewitnesses only saw.
It's fine.
Eyewitnesses at the Memorial Palace saw Aglaia fall from the Chrysos airbath.
Oh.
God.
She showed no signs of life by the time the Holy City guards approached to check. They were too afraid to jump to conclusions. After all, she was a demigod who lived for over 1,000 years. She was pierced through the heart by a uniquely crafted dagger. I saw it for myself. It's one of the weapons carried by the
So they actually had a hand in doing it. It's not just she let the, you know, herself move on or whatever.
No, that doesn't make sense. The ones who appeared in the grove and those who confronted Dunhung in the abyss didn't immediately resort to violence. They were just watching and trying to intimidate. They didn't have any reason nor the courage to attack Aglaia. Perhaps...
I'll stay here to lead the guards and maintain order. Find out what happened, but don't take too long. With Aglaia gone, someone has to take her place and lead Akama. Also, Miss Hyacinth was the one who declared Aglaia dead. You might want to speak with her.
Thank you, Lord Kratos.
It's gotta be Phynon, right? Like, Phynon is known as the Deliverer, right? That's one of his titles, nicknames. And, everybody's always talking about how one day he will lead us into whatever.
The baths are empty.
Of course the baths are empty. Now, some people have been saying that they found the Emphoria storyline to be overly long, a little boring, a little not to their liking. And to these people I have to say, look at this moment, right? This moment would not hit as hard if we didn't hang out with Aglaia and if we didn't get to know who she was and know what's at stake. So I think all that setup paying off like this allows for me personally to feel really emotional about this turn of events. And I didn't even roll for her. I mean, she's not even my favorite character or anything. I just really appreciate her presence in the story, and for this to happen is a really big shock to me. Like, I feel what Phynon's feeling, you know? Like, maybe not to the same extent, but I'm there with him.
I'm fine.
And it's not just because the story told me that this is a sad moment with sad music. I know how much she did, and how much she meant to a lot of characters. And that, including characters I really like, right? So, that really kind of makes this feel more legit. The setup matters, is my overall point here. Anywho.
Yes, we witnessed her final moments. I tried to treat her immediately, but even the sky's blessings, declaring her death, was the hardest thing I've ever had to do as a doctor. Lord Phynon, don't push yourself. You're carrying a heavier burden now. Please, don't fall.
It's fine. I can handle it. What I've lost is a mentor and a comrade in arms. But for Treeby and Treeman, they've lost a 1,000-year-old bond. like they're losing a part of their lives. You should rest, Hyacinth. You've been awake for a long time, haven't you? We'll handle things from here.
Okay. See you later, everyone.
Next, we should visit Lady Treby.
I really like Finon's voice acting delivery here. You can tell how strained he is. Like, he's not handling this very well. Like, he's not having a crash out or anything, but he is clearly in a lot of pain that he's holding back just barely. And the fact that the voice acting, and we don't even see his face during that delivery, gets to convey that, is proof positive that his voice actor is just really doing a fantastic job here. Alright, Tribiano, where are you?
Snowy. Little Gray. You're back.
Lady Treby.
Snowy, don't. Please don't apologize to us. You went to the Grove to prepare yourself for the threats to Akama. You didn't do anything wrong, so don't be hard on yourself. We were always by Aggie's side throughout this long journey. So, we understood her thoughts better than
It's interesting
anyone.
that the V is always bolded, right?
We knew she wouldn't see the end of the Flame Chase journey. Yet, she gave everything without hesitation. For the future of everyone.
I know what Aglaya expected of me. Right now, the last thing Akama needs is a leader wallowing in self-pity.
The scroll over there was entrusted to us by Aggie. She instructed us to hand it over to you when the time was right. I think now's the right time.
Okay, listen, I usually don't spend a lot of time reading materials in this game on stream. I usually do it in my own time, but this document, I gotta read it, you guys. I just gotta do it.
Finan.
Oh, okay,
My
this is even
humble
better.
Student, my trusted colleague. As I write this, you are locked in a battle of words with the Council of Elders, fighting for the survival of the Flame Chase journey on a battlefield where the smoke of war is invisible. I deeply regret and feel guilty for hastily pushing you and the Trailblazer into the debate. But please forgive me. At that moment, I could not afford to show any sign of weakness before you, as it would have crushed your morale. I considered the debate a routine affair.
This is a really
assuming
nice
I
way
could
to
win,
frame
even with
this
the
reading of the
support and
note.
experience we'd accumulated over centuries. But I underestimated Kynes and her party's cunning, and also the deterioration of my own senses. The trap was likely set by the debater Calictus. He had prepared a severed golden thread in advance, revealing it to the public when Kynes was faltering in the debate. He claimed I was reading everyone's thoughts with the golden thread to cheat in the debate. I could have countered that low tactic in 100 ways, but my words slipped out before I could even think about them. With deceitful scoundrels like you in the crowd, I have no choice but to rely on the golden thread to keep watch over everything in this holy city. You can imagine the reaction that comment provoked. At that moment, I felt my time was running short. The divinity in this body might be eternal, but that is not the essence of me. I am a daughter of humanity, born of my mother, and I will die as a human. Realizing that my humanity was fading, I began to plan my exit. What kind of departure would not waste such a belated death? I have yet to find the ideal answer. But I knew I couldn't simply fade away in my sleep like anyone else. The serpents have always lurked in the darkness, terrified of their heads being cut off by the golden thread. If my departure were to be calm and uneventful, it would only lead to a swarm of those serpents emerging from their nests. Regrettably, a peaceful death is a luxury I cannot afford. I must feign weakness deliberately to make those serpents lose patience and act rashly. Just as they think they've struck and sunk their fangs into my heels.
Wait, so her powers weren't waning? I mean,
I
I guess they were, but not. She just let on that she was more weak than she actually was. A deception.
The blaze soaring into the sky might sow fear and confusion, but I have no worries about people losing their way. After all, Alchema still has you to guide them, Finan. You're not perfect, Finan. I've witnessed your confusion, recklessness, and deep sensitivity, dawn after dawn. The heavy burdens of your past have always weighed you down, inflicting deep pain. Yet, in your way, you are perfect. You embrace everyone's imperfections, always ready to find the precious qualities hidden beneath their rough exteriors. Unconditionally.
I really like this line. I feel like this is something that I myself can really relate to, because I kind of treat my friends that way. Alright, continue.
What sets our Sky Father Catholic apart from other deities. They recognize the imperfections in their creations, yet still choose to shine their light on them, offering protection with unconditional love. Finan, while you zealously pursued strife, believing it to be your destined path, from the very beginning, my thoughts have never changed. You are the destined world-bearer of Amphorius, the gate to Amphorius's future.
Hi, Trix. Didn't see you there for a bit.
Ignite the stars and inspire hope in the hearts of humanity. I will be waiting at the end of the West Wind, looking forward to the
No, that's not Catwoman. That's a character called Cypher. Her whole thing is that she's a cat girl, although I'm not sure whether she's biologically one or like whether it's like a hoodie.
I possibly be worthy of the burning torch you've passed into my hands?
Hey, listen, I am not paying attention. It's just the chat wasn't loading in what do you call it? In OBS. I'm having a little bit of a technical issue, but I'm finding my way through it. I apologize, Trix, if you're still there.
Have him gather the Holy City guards and the Kremnoans to spread the word from door to door. At the lucid hour tomorrow, Finan will speak at the Marmorial Palace. Urge everyone who has concerns about the Holy City's future and the Flame Chase journey to attend this gathering. Tell them Aglaya has left Amphorius the seeds of hope. Thank you. It's been a harrowing day for everyone. Please make sure to rest well and collect your thoughts. I need to prepare. Cortonis, what brings you to Marmorial Palace? I planned to get everything settled before coming to see you. Is there something urgent, Cartonis?
How are you holding up? I wanted to see.
This guy,
Better than I expected, you seem.
this guy does that Yoda backward speech thing, which is kind of interesting.
Right. Your assessment is.
Ooh,
You've completed it.
that is so sick.
Dawnmaker. The name I've chosen for it.
That is a cool sword with a cool name. Oh my god. And let's be real, that kind of looks like the Flame Reaver's sword.
Wield your sword. Befits your stature, it does. Chrysos heir.
Dawnmaker. Unbelievable. You've never seen that black-clad sword, Master. Yet you've recreated this so precisely, just from what I described.
Precise, your description. Imbued it with the power of dawn I already have. Guided by your will, gleam with golden flames. Its blade will wield it. May triumph always be yours.
Thank you, Cartonis. I will use this sword to protect the beings of Amphorius.
Another thing there is.
What's this?
Stored here, the remnants of Aglaya's divinity are. This was her commission. Her death she had long foreseen.
Can she still hear us?
It's difficult to confirm. About divinity, we know very little. In this way, she wanted to be with you. Always.
I understand. Let me keep it. With this, I'll have another constant companion by my side. May this world never have a need for a deliverer. Someone told me long ago, but when the world dashed her hopes and fell into disarray, if she could see me now,
Cyrene.
leading from the front, rallying people against their destiny, she would surely smile.
Surely.
How will the Holy City continue without Lady Goldweaver? Look, Lord Finan is here.
Okay, he's about to give a speech maybe. Let's see what he says.
Will he step up to lead Akama?
Not long ago, I spoke at the Citizens' Assembly at Dawncloud. I wrestled with every word, searching for the right ones to rally support and keep the Chrysos heir's flame chase alive. In the end, I remembered a lesson from one of my teachers. In battles where words are weapons, outrage and blind passion often overpower reason. I followed his strategy. I painted my opponents as nothing more than pests, tore apart their character, and laid out their crimes. The strategy worked. I secured enough votes to achieve my goal, but afterward, there wasn't even a flicker of joy. I realized that apparent victory masked a deeper failure. In my pursuit of success, I fueled division and strayed far from my very purpose that led me to the Flame Chase journey. This journey was supposed to unify, not divide. To strengthen us, not weaken us. It was the gold thread that mended our rifts in the past. Some saw it as a means of surveillance, a tool of control. But no one can deny that it was
Okay, good
Aglaia
news. I
who
finally got the
this
chat
city,
function
even
working,
this
so thank
shattered
God for
world
that.
together. Now
And it
she
looks
is
like
gone.
Trix might be already gone. My bad,
Yes,
my
as
guy.
you have heard, the demigod Aglaia, who guarded the holy city for a millennium, has indeed fallen.
Who murdered Lady Goldweaver?
Find the murderer! Make them pay!
I felt the same as all of you initially. I wanted to stand here beside you, to condemn the sinners, to discuss retribution, and to see justice brought down upon them. But my perspective has changed. The golden threads that once bound this city have unraveled. Yet no one is celebrating their freedom from control. In the empty markets and bath chambers, one feeling lingers. Unease. Deep down, we all know the last safeguard against the harm we may do to each other is gone. No divine power will protect us from the malice in our hearts. From now on, only the moral code we choose to uphold for ourselves will stand between us and the abyss.
Fainan has a way with words. Indeed.
The flame-chased journey is nearing its end. With only one titan left for the Chrysos heirs to conquer. Aquila! Before I rise to the skies, I challenge you. Cast out the shadows and malice within your hearts. Let your spirit shine brighter than the sky itself. Let me bear witness. Even without the divine authority of romance, Akima will remain a sanctuary in these end times. A place for the kind people Aglaia dreamed of. The kind of people foretold in prophecy. A better people!
Better people! Better people! Better people! Better people! Better people! Better people!
I appreciate your willingness to accept the challenge. You have reminded me that Aglaia left me perhaps the simplest duty in the world. To bear the burden of creation, I need only to give one thing. It's a gift she once gave me without hesitation, and now I share it with each of you. Unshakable faith. There's still a long way to go before Amphorius is reborn. But we will not forget the past as we move forward. For the memories of Amphorius will always benefit future generations. Allow me this moment. I want to borrow a few minutes of your time to commemorate a demigod who protected the holy city for a millennium. She was Akima's dressmaker, the leader of the Chrysos heirs. The Gold Weaver. Aglaya. And her...
This voice actor is doing so well right now.
was being a selfless person.
That singing sounds so familiar. That's our song, and Snowy used to love it.
Yes, Lady Trian. For that child filled with anxiety. Your songs always dispelled the clouds in my heart. Even if for just a moment.
Snowy was so cute and kind when he was little. Now, you've grown so much. Maybe not as cute, but still just as kind.
Time spares no one, so there's nothing we can do. But kindness, you helped nurture it in me.
Don't mention it. Your light is as bright as ever. Keep it up and stay strong. See you, Snowy.
Goodbye, Lady Trian.
I heard what you said. Are you suggesting the debate tactics I've taught you are nothing but sleight of hand?
Not at all, Professor Anaxa. Honestly, without those techniques you taught me, the Flame Chase journey might not have survived.
Good thing your head's still clear. The Chrysos heir of Kefali. I had no idea you had it in you while I was drilling those formulas in your head in class.
Who could have thought, Professor? By the way, I've completely forgotten those formulas now.
Some things never change. In our next lives, I'll teach you how to truly embrace your divine duties.
I'll be waiting. Goodbye, Professor Anaxa. Miss Castros, aren't you going to say something?
Lord Finan, you have always been so approachable. Ever since we first met, you've seen me as a friend. It was the first time I understood what everyday friendship was like, but that's dangerous.
Dangerous?
Laughing and chatting with you, I sometimes forget who I am. And for someone with my kind of power, that's a real hazard.
I hadn't thought of it that way. Sorry, I forgot to consider...
Please, no apologies. Despite everything, thinking back on the times we spent together makes me really happy.
I feel the same.
Goodbye, Finan.
Goodbye, Gastros. Aglaya.
Remember, Finan, after completing the Flame Chase, leave the decision to initiate the Miracle of Genesis to the Amphorians. The Chrysos heirs are the executors of the prophecy, yet they, the people, are the true masters of this world.
Rest assured, I always keep your teachings in mind. The difference between a presumptuous hero and a tyrant is a fine line.
Well said.
It's late. Anything else you'd like to add?
Anything else, even in your imagination. I'm not one to show my vulnerable side.
No worries. I've long understood how difficult it is for you to open up completely. Thank you for bringing me here, Aglaya. You saved me.
Maybe what I wanted to save wasn't you, child, but this crumbling world. Goodbye, Finan.
Goodbye, Aglaya.
Did you forget me?
Forget you. Like I'd ever.
This is such a good
We
scene.
are parting ways forever. You're just off to guard the gates at Castrum Kremnos. Let's not make this a tearful farewell.
You know just how to make a person uncomfortable. I have a feeling we'll meet again in this lifetime. Let's have another showdown then. Deliver.
That's very confident of you. I've changed since then. Have you seen this sword? It's a masterpiece freshly forged by Cartonis.
A bold statement for a mere mortal who hasn't yet claimed the power of a titan. See you around. Finan of Ides Elysiae.
It's a date, Mightymouse.
What a poignant, yet splendid journey. And it's still not over yet, is it?
Yes, Cyrene.
I was right. In the end, you did become the deliverer in this story.
A lot has changed.
Cyrene.
Away. I've met so many people, tried so many things. I've found new resolve. And I've let go of some attachments. I'm not the same person I used to be.
But to me, you've never changed at all, Finan.
Dawn Cloud. This place holds so many different kinds of memories. I remember you could see the Gold Weaver sign from here, all the way down the mountain. But my eyes aren't what they used to be 1,000 years ago.
Cypher, you seamstress. Tell me, does Akaba have any treasures so rare that not even your... I mean, our shop has seen?
Of course it has. I heard there's a gem of all worlds hidden somewhere in Dawncloud. Apparently, it's truly a priceless treasure, being a part of Kefali's divine body. Even I, the Gold Weaver, cannot witness its glamour.
Gem of all worlds.
The voice actors, are they back now? Well, I'm hearing that they're actually replacing the voice actors. And no, it wasn't that I couldn't see the chat because I was so into the story. It's more along the lines of there was something bugged out with my OBS, like the back end of my streaming thing. But I've figured it out now, so, you know, thank you for letting me know. Anyway, the voice actors are not back. They're still doing their thing, but it's gotten a bit more complicated, and I'm hearing that some of them are being replaced. Specifically the main character. The male and female main character of the game. I don't know who they are, because this version doesn't have the voice actors listed. But, I don't know. They do sound pretty good. Also, I'm trying to find a good place to end this stream now because I've been playing for a while, but like the story just keeps going and going and going. Things just keep happening. Like, y'all, chill for a minute, please.
Are you sure you aren't peeking into my head with your golden threads?
You might be skilled at covering up lies, but your compassion is all over your face, plain as day. Don't lie to yourself. Do you honestly think this is the right thing to do, Cypher?
What else am I supposed to do? That's the only thing I can do with my power. You keep talking about how I have the potential to become a good person. Or even what people call a hero. But I don't know what I need to do to get there! I can't weave golden dresses like you. I can't sing as well as Miss Hysoons. And I definitely don't know as much as Big Sis Treeby. The only things I'm good at are the underhanded street smarts that no one even respects. But
I've heard that this actress, like, this is her first voice acting job. Oh, come on. One day stream? Like, what if this story, like, one day story stream, what if the story mode lasts, like, 7 hours? I can't be streaming for 7 hours, y'all. That's just untenable. Okay, so you want a little catch up. So, there's a lot, obviously, but I'll try to summarize it as best as possible, okay? So, in the last couple of patches, when Trailblazer and his boy Dan Heng dropped in on this planet, this Greek mythology themed planet, it turns out that everybody in the planet is involved in their own big story, right? And the story is about something called the Chrysos heirs and what we call the Flame Chase journey. The idea is that these guys find the gods of this world, they defeat them / kill them, take their souls, and get their powers, and they're doing some kind of ritual with this, right? And this is really weird because Honkai Star Rail is a game that actually does have gods that exist in the universe, you know, they call them Aeons, right? But these gods of this planet seemingly have nothing to do with these Aeons, and like, it's very disconnected from the rest of the universe, but despite that, they can still understand each other's language perfectly, and despite the Greek mythology setting, there is an odd amount of technological stuff going on. And what's making this a little bit more complicated also is the fact that, like, while these guys, the quote-unquote good guys of this story so far, are going on this flame chase journey, where the flame, in this case, refers to the soul of the god, right? There seems to be a guy who looks suspiciously like Finon, that silver-haired guy just then, who's going after them. We call him the Flame Reaver. He's basically a boss in the game these days. And it seemed like a lot of what the heck is going on, this seems interesting, but why aren't we dealing with any of the actual lore of the game, when in last patch it was revealed that this world is cyclical, in the sense that the gods of today used to be people before. So the flame chasers of today are gonna be the gods of the next cycle. You get what I'm saying, right? And that revelation, the idea that this is a world that loops, that it repeats, is something that really kind of made everything fall into place, because the reason why there are fake gods in this world that have nothing to do with the quote-unquote real gods of this setting is because this is a closed system. Like, people are basically reliving a very similar existence over and over again. And these specific characters are just characters who are involved in it on the flame chase side, right? They are heirs of these flames, essentially. And one of these characters, this golden-eyed, golden-haired character Aglaya, who was like the leader of them, seems to have met her end in this particular patch, and people are kind of reeling from it. And this patch, we're supposed to be dealing with the character arcs of 2 characters. One of them is a character called Hyacinth, who is like this doctor-type character, the one with the cute unicorn plushie-like summon. And the other one is this little cat girl over here. Now, with this cat girl, her deal is that she is a little bit of a greedy scoundrel, not gonna lie, a little bit of a trickster. And she seems to be on a kind of a character arc where it's like, do something selfless, help people out before it's too late. And I think that this whole story is about her kind of warming up to it. The big bad, the question of the big bad of this arc is something that's very interesting, right? Because on one hand, you could make the argument that this strange sort of corruption that's spreading through the land, called the Black Tide, is the big bad of this arc. On the other hand, you could make the argument that the Flame Reaver guy, the guy that looks like a dark version of Finon, is the big bad. But then again, it was also revealed last patch that the reason why this world is a closed system, and the reason why things are kind of looping around, is because something really terrible and powerful is being held prisoner here, and that if we end the loop, that this thing might get out. So is that the big bad? You are absolutely correct, Check 242. You really gotta have a trickster archetype in every pantheon. I think that it makes it really cool. Like, I'm a big fan of Hermes myself. Loki's pretty cool as well, right? But anyway, it's interesting, right? Like from what I hear, this is gonna be a really long story that's gonna go from patch 3.0 all the way to like 3.7, 3.8, something like that. And we are currently in I think 3.2 or 3. So we're still in the early part of the story, and already the Chrysos Heir flame chase journey plot seems to be coming to its climax. So I'm thinking that this is just the tip of the iceberg, the reality of the world, what's really hidden here. Like, what are the fates of these characters? Like, are they alive? Are they dead? Do they have a future? Are they real? Are they memories? Like, all of this is gonna come into play. Like, in the early days of Emphorius, I remember like exploring this place and having this feeling like there's something weird about this world, right? Like, why does things not fit? And by that I mean, okay, so you're telling me this is a Greek mythology world, fine. Then why is it that some collectibles that I find look like emojis, right? Like, is this a computer system? Are we in a simulation? Like, all of these thoughts kind of went through my head, and now finding out that, yeah, we are kind of in a simulation is quite fascinating. And also, just an FYI, a little bit of interesting lore tidbit. You can't leave this planet apparently because the Sky Titan shoots you out of the sky. Like, you build an airship, bro, puts it down. Like, these guys are trapped here, and they don't actually know that a wider universe even exists. But all that being said, we are currently in a little bit of a flashback with this character Cypher and her relationship with Aglaya, and because Aglaya is now no longer with us, I think that this is kind of the little push that this character is getting to do something more heroic at some point in the story.
I know, Cypher. I know. You are justified in your anger. Destiny is never fair. And your path is doomed to be even worse than everyone else's. You are fated to walk in the dark and bear the world's misunderstanding in this journey. But you have to believe that everyone in this world is unique in their own way. I am convinced that you're the only one who can bear the authority of trickery. Even if you have to contend with the legendary 300 master thieves of Dolos.
Aglaya, I just want everyone to believe that the world is beautiful. And that everyone is simple. And kind. If only I could get everyone to believe that. Would that lie become reality? If enough people believed in it?
That's a really interesting thing to say, because it was revealed in this patch that the power that she has as a Chrysos heir, as a person who's claimed the soul, supposedly claimed the soul of a god, is she can make lies into reality.
Than the truth.
Are you really planning to just stand there forever? Honestly, sneaking around doesn't suit you, Deliverer.
I never thought I could slip past your sharp ears, Miss Cypher. I just didn't think it'd be right to interrupt when you're obviously lost in thoughts.
Still as charming with your words as ever, boy. Your speech at the public baths wasn't half bad, I'll admit. It managed to touch my heart. Just a smidge.
Thank you. I had a feeling back then that you were in the audience. Intuition certainly is a thing of wonder.
Oh, and you didn't call me out on the spot. You waited all this time to tell me.
Well, I thought you'd need some time to yourself. After she passed away.
None of your business. Enough small talk. Tell me, what kind of trouble did you run into that you need me, the super old-timer, to step in?
We've only met a couple of times, but you've always gone straight to business. I respect that about you, old-timer, so I'll cut to the chase. You're probably aware that Aglaya has earned the support of the entire city for the Chrysos heirs. Everyone believes that she died at the hands of council members who were against the flame chase. And the citizens' fury has been dragging these schemers out of the shadows one by one. But they didn't get everybody. To this day, we still haven't found Elder Kynus.
Ah, I see. You're afraid she'll do something wild now that she's pushed into a corner.
aren't you?
Yes. I believe that Kefali's core flame, forever enshrined above the Council Theater, would be the opposition's final trump card against the Chrysos heirs. We're setting out to campaign against Aquila in a few days. With the Chrysos heirs gone, it'll be their best chance to strike.
You think those desperate dogs will try to snatch the core flame while you're gone? So, you want me to give them a nice long walk while you're away?
You sure saw right through me, Miss Cipher. I know exactly what you can do. Godlike speed, perfect disguises, untraceable movement, and that most enigmatic authority of trickery. I have only one request. Please, use whatever tricks you need to protect Kefali's core flame. Even if you have to deceive the rest of the Chrysos heirs as well.
Uh-huh. Hey, Deliverer. Do you honestly think that there's no way I'll turn you down? Do you even have any plan Bs if I decide to nope out on this?
As the demigod of trickery, there are no other trump cards in the world that can outrank you. I'm sure you know the answer to your own question, Miss Cipher.
What confidence. You talk as if you have everything in the palm of your hand. Huh. So you did learn a thing or two from her. I'll give you that. Then let me tell you something you don't know. The Flame Reaver. They've been watching Akama closely.
You mean?
Bet you didn't expect that, huh? I've been tracking them all this time. And this is my conclusion. That lunatic may have lost their mind. But they're no fool. Why do you think they haven't made a move on Akama yet?
Professor Anaxa once analyzed this. He thought it was probably because Kefali's core flame was protected by the Council of Elders' secret arts.
Ha! Sacred art's my foot! I could break those mechanisms with a flick of my finger. Allow me to let you in on the actual secret. They probably held off from attacking Akama because the Seamstress's defense network was way tougher than you thought. Now that she's gone, and you're heading out to the Eye of Twilight, with the city's defenses in shambles.
What a dangerous situation we find ourselves in.
Never thought about
Since
that.
you're the one who brought it up, I'm guessing you already have a solution in mind.
Just look how ridiculously calm you are right now. But you guessed it right. Consider this a 2-for-1 deal. I'll keep that lunatic entertained on top of protecting Kefali's core flame. You owe a big favor after this.
You have my deepest gratitude. That Flame Reaver's power is truly unfathomable. Please be careful.
Don't forget, Deliverer. There's a fundamental truth in this world. Cyphera will always get the last laugh. No need to worry about a demigod. I'll do my job. So you need to make sure you don't die before you pay me.
Oh my god, what now?
I'm back. I've been trying to stay away from here since the Black Tide destroyed the grove. And through that, stay away from the memories that might make me sad. But the wind keeps pulling me back. Maybe that's the Twilight Courtyard's duty, after all.
I love little Ika.
I know,
Cutest
little
thing
Ika.
ever.
I know. I too miss the days when we all studied together. But we have an even more important mission this time round. Lord Finan has already set the date to campaign against Aquila. Being a descendant of the Sky People, You're right. At least I can still afford to get lost in thought once in a while. Oh, ancestors. Please wait for just a bit longer. The time I spent in the grove deserves some reminiscence.
Oh my god. Okay, listen y'all, like, it's been real. We played quite far today. Let me just claim this real quick, okay. But I think it's time to take a break. I, for one, am very exhausted, not physically, emotionally. Because that was a lot. I liked Aglaya. I thought she was really cool, right? And for her to have been done like that is extremely tragic. So, I'm gonna cut the stream off here for today. I'll be back another time doing other stuff. But for now, I just want to say a real big thank you to everybody who joined me on Twitch, on YouTube. I think that there's something bad going on Twitch in terms of like troubleshooting issues, and I'll be figure it out. But either way, thank you for joining in chat, or whether you were a silent lurker. I see you. And I hope you all had fun watching me play this thing, and I'm really glad I was actually able to troubleshoot the issue I was having with OBS, and now that I can see all your comments, so that's really helpful. Sorry about the late response, yeah? But going forward, I now know how to troubleshoot it, so I'm gonna do that whenever I see that there is some sort of issue, so y'all don't have to worry about anything like that again. But that being said, I hope you all enjoyed this look into the story mode of Honkai Star Rail. I'm gonna take a break now for today, and we'll come back another time. It's important with these kind of things to not overdo it, because like these story modes, like they could be 10 hours long, 15 hours long, or whatever. So, you know, if you go through all of it in a single sitting, it might end up burning you out, and spreading it over a couple of days, I've found, is a really good way not to get burned out. But that being said, I've been Mooney, and we will be back on Friday evening, right, with another scheduled stream where I'll be playing not Expedition 33 for once, something new, just trying out something that I got my hands on recently. But anyway, that being said, have a nice one. I will see you in the next one.